if you don't believe what I said about the fact these cars are for everybody, come to one of these ride and drives. As I spent an entire day in Santa Monica, all walks of life are coming to these meetings. It's not just a few; it's everybody. It's really amazing. Families, kids, senior citizens like me, and others. So anyway, it's marvelous. Mary's going to talk to us. I was teasing Mary earlier that, you know, about the plug-in hybrid Prius was actually the sponsored car for the Tokyo Film Festival. And I said, as soon as I saw that, I said, you know something? This is really going to happen with Toyota. So Mary's going to prove me right. So come and talk to you about it. It was amazing to see that. So Mary, please welcome. Come on up. I think I have you here. What did I do here? Ah, there's your name. I must have the right place here. I'm getting better at this.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you all for having us here. My name is Mary Nickerson. I'm the Advanced Technology Vehicle National Manager. Very happy to represent Toyota today. Also, Jerry Yoza, our National Marketing Manager for our Advanced Technology Vehicles, is also here in the audience if you have any questions that she can talk to you about with our business planning relative to bringing these vehicles to market. So today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our demonstration program, our coming to market plans for our plugins, a little bit about the EVs, some of our dealer activities, and some of our infrastructure planning. As most of you know, Toyota pursues a comprehensive technology approach. Not only are we working on the plugins that we're talking about today, but also the EVs and fuel cells. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that at the end because building the infrastructure for that is equally important as we're thinking about infrastructure for plugins. We have engaged a lot of third-party advocates as we're going through the process of our plugins so that we can help in the education and outreach portion of our program because it is essential during this development time that we bring the public along in our learning as we get ready to go forward with the different types of vehicles. We are working on publicizing our efforts with all of our partners out there. As of the end of September, since our launch, we have over 188 million impressions created out there and an editorial value of all the TV, internet, and print coverage of over $28 million. So it's really getting out there and getting out in front. We need all of our support to help getting an understanding to our communities that these vehicles are coming. And as we go through this process, we're working on trying to balance the vision of vehicles that are coming in the future as well as the reality of these vehicles so that we can continue to build on our environmental and technology leadership. We want to be very authentic and open with our programs. I'm going to talk a little bit about our website here coming up. So with our demonstration program, this is the strategy that is behind that program. We are working with government influencers, research universities. I think most of you know we've been very involved with UCI, UC Davis, UC San Diego, Carnegie Mellon, Georgetown, to name just a few of the universities. We are working with a lot of the hybrid intenders out there. So as we go through our market research, we've engaged our research company to work with people that are in the market for hybrids and plug-ins and giving them the opportunity to evaluate and drive these cars and understand how they would fit in their lifestyle. We're also working with a lot of our fleet customers. We've already had over 40 rotations of our plug-in vehicle through different fleet corporations. If any of you are interested and represent fleet organizations, please contact Jerry or I. Will put you in contact with Greg Glander. He's working on setting up the rotations with a lot of our fleet customers and interested fleet customers for plugins. As well as the Smart Grid City is a big project of ours. We also have a couple of other Smart Grid programs that are part of our overall demonstration program because we want to understand how the vehicles will interact with the smart grid. This is creating a lot of interest for us and a draw upon our demonstration program. The challenge is we only have a few vehicles here. We have 160, and so where we're dedicating some neighborhood programs for smart grid application, it takes a big bunch of our cars to support some of those programs. But I think they're very important because that is an aspect that will help give us a future vision on plugins in addition to our go-to-market plans for 2012. So of the 163 vehicles, this is where they are clustered. Where I definitely agree with Nissan. We're learning a lot from the different cities we're involved in with Houston and Portland, and ideas and directions on how we can all work together. We were talking about that today a little bit earlier on how we can take best practices as they're developing to develop infrastructure in cities across the U.S. We'll be collecting this data. We have data recorders on the cars. You'll be able to see that in the first quarter of 2011 so that all of us can learn from this data at the same time. A little bit of an EV update. I'd like to invite you all to come to the LA Auto Show. It's opening up November 19th to the public, November 17th and 18th to the media. We'll be showing the new RAV4 EV there. So we're also planning a small urban commuter EV vehicle planned to come to the market in 2012. I don't want to forget about the fuel cells. We have over 100 vehicles placed with program customers between 2010 and 2013, and we really need to keep in mind supporting the development of hydrogen infrastructure also because we plan to bring a fuel cell vehicle to market in 2015. So as we're thinking about EV readiness, let's also keep hydrogen readiness on our mind too. As most of you know, there's a new filling station that's going to be opening at the end of this year. It's located near the 405 and 110 freeways. You can see it off the 405 at the Western Avenue exit, and there will be a whole education display in there on the future technologies of transportation. So I would really encourage everybody to help us as we all help each other's in developing our communities so that the EV readiness is there as the cars and the infrastructure develop at the same time. So thank you.